smaller than it. Does it look okay or does it look awful?
Looks fine. But I asked him for a 3 is my point.
This is the fattest I will be. Right now. Right now, you're seeing history. You're seeing my top weight I'll ever be in my entire life.
Incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
Well, I've been pregnant, so you can't top that.
Is this stuff on camera? All this crap I have back here? No, right.
Why don't we just put it in the
Living room? I'll just put it in the living room. It's like messing up my chill vibe.
All right, sweet. Thank you.
Close the door.
This is not flattering, but
That's all right. I might crop us so it's just like our heads, our floating heads. All right. We do a clap. We make a clap. All right.
Mike's behind my head.
How do I tighten this so it doesn't twist that? See, yours is running away too.
Double X, it just fell out. You lied to me.
Twist this so that it.
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now push your thing down. There you go.
Got it.
Wutang. Wutang.
I know that you like
Wutang.
think that just because you watch something about Wutang that now
Wutang
everyone
Clan.
is also watching Wutang, but they're not. We're watching the Knicks.
I'm gonna circle it back to Knicks.
I understand.
You have a little hair, like it's your head hair, but it's underneath your armpit.
Head hair.
I started the Wutang Clan documentary. Well, first I started Sinead O'Connor documentary, and I was like, this is way too depressing. And then
So
it
depressing.
suggested, even like seeing her live was depressing. You know what I mean? I was like, I know
She was
where this
ahead
is
of her
headed.
time.
Yeah, she was ahead of her buzzed head.
Of her time.
Yeah.
She didn't kill herself, though, you know.
I didn't know that. I turned it off.
Her son killed himself, and then she never recovered
Oh.
from that.
Bummer. Let's start again.
Keep it!
Yeah, we're going to keep it. Wu-Tang. So let me just tell you about Wu-Tang real quick.
Yep.
Having been a guy who spent a lot of time in Staten Island. And when Wu-Tang came to your middle school,
Yes?
were you a fan? I remember the shirts arriving, and I listened, and I'm like, this is too...
They didn't come to my middle school.
It's too... it was honestly too hood for me. I was on my Diddy. I was on my...
First of all, as you know,
Tupac.
I was an ODB fan from way back, and if they had come to my middle school, I would have lost my mind.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, when did, like, the merch and the, like, zeitgeist of Wu-Tang come to your middle school? Did it or no?
I don't know if the merch did.
It was like everybody started liking rap, then everybody started liking DMX, and then the real hip-hop heads were like, Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. Even though it was, like,
Yeah.
98.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it came for us, but not. I don't know if like a merch thing happened.
I remember, like, Killer Bees. I remember the shirts being everywhere. So I'm watching this last night, and I absolutely re-fell in love with Wu-Tang
Okay.
because the RZA,
Mm-hmm.
like, he came up with this plan,
Mhm.
and he made it happen. It's the most inspirational story.
Yeah.
He was like, we have the best MCs here, and he was always watching all this kung fu stuff, and he tells a story. He's like, this general climbed a mountain, and he sat on the mountain meditating. He's like, how do I become eternal? He's like, he left off the mountain, and he rose as a dragon.
Excellent.
And Wu-Tang means he who deserves God. And what they were weaving through was that in their little square of projects where they all lived, other than one who lived in another one, like,
Oh, I thought you meant like square projects, like like upcoming ideas.
yeah. They basically all had, like, I don't know, like, I feel like it's underrated that they had, like, one guy goes, it just felt like our life felt so small here, and you never had to leave.
You're right.
He's like, I had 2 disabled siblings that I was taking care of, and my mom was an alcoholic. I think that was Ghostface. And then he's like, my aunt used to be like, what's the matter with you? And he's like, I was depressed. I didn't know the word for it.
Right.
And their togetherness mixed with the fact that they were all like, the RZA has a plan for us. Let's do it. And they were like, we're only signing as a 9-person group.
Right.
And all the labels were like, there's
Sure.
too many.
Um.
So I'm on that. So I went right on the Wu-Tang website and ordered a bunch of Knicks stuff with the Wu. They
Okay.
have a partnership.
They have a partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called licensing. Okay, so one thing that's really fun about you is that anytime you consume anything, you tell me about it like while it's still fresh in your brain because you know your CTE is gonna like just burn it at the stake. But then you don't actually give me any window of time to like watch the thing. Like you love ruining documentaries for me.
I'll let you watch it. I only watched one. I rewatched the same part over and over again. They have this inspirational music, and the RZA's like. And first of all, I love the way he talks. He talks like Oni Francis. Remember him?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I do.
He's like, I figured that I had to walk the righteous path, and they all went to this like Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X thing that was like the wisdom. They had like all these 9 things, and then all of them sold crack. A lot of them went to prison, and they came back and they're like, "This is our chance. Like, let's do it." I'm all in on the Wutang Clan, baby.
Well, right on time. Yikes.
Let's start with the Knicks.
I can still do the entire ODB verse from.
We Mariah.
Yeah, from her song.
That one, and then the.
Like, I don't think that'll ever leave my. It's in my neural pathways, you know?
Yeah.
And his voice and everything is perfect. Perfect.
I think it's amazing when I throw on a very deep cut.
Mm-hmm.
And it just all the words are right there, and I'm like, man, I really should have been like a neurosurgeon, you know. But instead, I know a deep cut from a Fat Joe album.
Well, that's the thing. We're talking about millennial hip hop, and a little bit after the era that you're describing was when hip hop became more like mainstream. Like it became more like you had to get number 1 on the charts.
Yeah.
And a constant trope of these songs, which I'm only now realizing because I put on my. As everyone on the podcast knows, I famously don't have a Spotify. Yeah. And I use Pandora. Shout out. And
you just crumbled for some reason. You're like, Pandora, so sorry.
Because no one on the planet uses Pandora. So then I use Pandora to make my 2000s hip hop mixes for the gym, primarily for the gym, or if the Knicks win a game, and then I use it to just get myself amped up for the day.
To play out the window while we throw 40s out the window and set our own car on fire.
We play Edward 40 Hands while like our kids go nuts.
We stomp our own car into oblivion.
We smash your car.
Like E Honda for extra points in Street Fighter. We're like, hey.
So I realized in making this mix for myself that this recurring theme was that they would do like a fake call-in request line.
Yeah. Who you got on the request line?
People would be like, oh, like, can you play like the song? And that was the lead into the song. And I'm
also
like,
during the song though.
Yeah, but it was like, this is like, it's so of the era because we all called into caller request lines. And in fact, we all went to parties, mostly bar and bat mitzvahs, but some Sweet 16s that there were DJs there, and we were like, play this song or else. And it was like we were obsessed with the caller request concept. And I just realized that like our kids, by our kids I mean like 30-year-old people and younger, will never understand how good it felt to call in to Z100 and be like, can you play this line? Or like if you were you or me, probably calling into
BET.
I called into Hot 97 all the time.
Wait,
ask for songs.
I called into Hot 97 when I lived with Kevin and when I was 24. Wait, let me bring this back let me bring it back full circle. So
you're on the caller request line.
When the RZA formed Wu-Tang, he had his like cousin or something be like the president and his other friend be the VP.
Yeah.
And they went to Stretch and Bobbito, which is another great hip hop documentary about them. And Stretch wasn't there for some reason, and Bobbito was there, and he's like, I wasn't even supposed to play records because I didn't have my FCC license. And they rolled up like 9 dudes, and they're like, here's, protect your neck. So they played it, and then all these people were like, what the hell was that? That was so different. There's all these like kung fu sounds on it and stuff. So then he went to this record store, and he's like, my trick was that I went and I played the song. He's like, I had somebody.
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm readjusting.
He goes, he had his other cousin walk in and go, what was that song with all those all those kung fu sounds or something? And then he was in there playing the song, and then the guy goes, that's it, I heard it on Stretch and Bobbito. But when he did that trick, another customer for real was like, wait, I heard it too, I want it. He's like, so he just drove up and down the East Coast doing that trick, and that's how he first got like the records of the store.
Yeah, well,
from a call-in like underground radio.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, like the call-in concept was really high stakes at the time for us, but also for the artist. Like, if you were the number one requested, song or artist or whatever on the radio or on eventually TV, like that was huge and it did big things for you.
Yes.
So like I stand
TRL.
by. I stand by all my caller requests. Wait, also as a sidebar, you know how Carson Daly like hosted TRL forever and was like very punk and was like, yeah, and had like black nail polish.
He was like,
and was,
Kid
like,
Rock's here.
very much like clearly very much a creep, like the biggest creep of them all. So now my mom watches him on the Today Show and she's like, that Carson Daly, he is such a nice dad. He has a separate bedroom from his wife because he gets up so early. And I'm like, Carson Daly?
Don't you think he's a nice dad of all the boring cardboard people of all time?
I think he's a recovered creep, probably.
He was boring
but I'm like,
then, and he tried to let the audience know, like, I know Kid Rock.
I think he and Kid Rock were like the biggest creeps around. And I think he has somehow catapulted himself into boring dad territory, but I think it's shocking. Like he seemed weird back then. He seems weird now.
He was never a creep. He was boring. His signature thing was that he was
oh my god. First of all,
he was like middle management in human form.
What is going on with your pants?
I just need one adjustment. We'll cut it in post.
God!
Now I'm good. It's sweaty out there. It's hot. It's hot.
Ugh. I have it on I can't say who, but I have it on very reputable source that says he was an absolute creep at some of these MTV shoots.
One of your friends hooked up with Carson Daly.
No.
Okay.
Someone was working at the channel.
Okay. I was so jealous of the Guy Code guys, by the way, when I worked at VH1. I'd see them going in. I knew them from open mics.
You worked there and they were doing Guy Code still?
I would.
I didn't realize that was an overlap.
Maybe I'm conflating because they
You're
were doing.
conflating.
They were doing I Love the '80s, and we'd be like the situations in Studio B, and it would be like right over there.
Yeah, but they weren't doing Guy Code yet. They weren't.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I just was like, oh, I know.
I think
exactly
you were in like
this.
real estate by the time they were doing Guy Code.
I was so bummed.
So you were probably still bummed, but for a different reason.
I would be on Guy Code right now. I'd be like, when your nuts are sweaty, scratch them, baby.
It's disgusting. I mean, it's really
That
sick.
was the whole show.
Yeah, I know.
Girl Code.
Girl Code has a new name. It's called Summer House.
Yeah, that's true. Let's talk a little bit about the streets.
Well, do you want to describe our entire?
Yeah.
First of all,
you're a genius. You deserve a Nobel Prize.
Thank you.
You'd be on the monument. Name on the monument.
Put me on the monument.
Our kids love to scoot around the Nobel Prize monument and just draw on it with chalk and water balloons.
Disrespect them all.
Yeah, pigeons pooping on it. Like it's just become like a gang of 3-year-olds.
Yeah, it's awesome. I also do belong on the monument because I had the unbelievable foresight to book babysitters for all of Knicks weekend. Friday.
Yep.
Saturday night for the actual game, the game.
Yes.
Megan the Stallion.
Yes.
And a recovery babysitter.
Yeah, the recovery babysitter is really clutch.
Even though you fully abandoned me and I thought we were going to just like party and hang and like high five strangers and you were like, I made golf plans. Like, that's not what a recovery babysitter is for.
Well, I knew you were mad about it, but I did it anyway, and I can't say anything other than I felt great. It's the best somewhat hungover activity you can do is play golf.
Sure. Well, I could have been involved, but anyway, I
invited you.
No. You already invited someone else. I didn't want to be a third wheel.
I said, do you want to go to the pitch and putt in Flushing? And you were like,
really?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just think about the fact that you had a babysitter for when the Knicks won the championship.
Yep.
I mean, even though we didn't go out and like rage and like, set the subway on fire.
Yeah.
I'm like, that walk home through the streets and with everyone and the fireworks, whatever, was kind of enough. Like,
I know. That's what I felt like. And then I wanted to like exercise and like sleep really well, which I did.
And I said like, the biggest mistake people made, because I've never seen bars that packed. I've never seen a line to get into a bar that seats probably, 150 people?
What, the Amity Hall?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's take it through it. We went up there to Amity Hall,
okay, so
108th by Columbia.
First of all, Friday night we talked about our plan, because we had talked to the bartender at Gin Mill, and he was like, if you guys want to watch the game here, you have to get here by 5 p.m.
Yeah.
The game starts at 8:30.
And that bar was surprisingly hot on Friday night when we were watching a little bit of the
It's very,
soccer.
very hot. It's very hot, and also, like, I would say it's it skews obviously quite young, and there's, like, a little bit of, like...
Really?
The gin mill?
It doesn't skew young to me.
How old do you think you are?
There were a bunch of, like, 50-year-olds at the bar in front of us who got up and left.
That was for FIFA.
Yeah.
50-year-olds love FIFA.
I feel like it's, like, really, like, a good mix. It's some youngins. It's some... It's a very real New York
nuts.
bar.
I
Okay.
disagree, but
All
okay.
right.
I do love the gin mill, but I
Someone
think,
takes 100% disagree. That's you.
I mean, the guy doesn't even card me there anymore,
Right. We're regulars
which
there.
is a
and
personal insult.
Guy kind of looks like Funk Flex, too.
No, he doesn't. But anyway, he was like, you have to be here. The young guy working the bar was like, you have to be here basically like 4 to 5 hours beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you come at 7, you're not getting in.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, got it. So then our babysitter got there, and we were like, let's try to go to Amity Hall because it's uptown, because it's much bigger, and we'll probably get a chance of like just 2 of us at the bar. Also, earlier in the week, I had tried to make reservations places,
Same.
but they obviously either had already been booked up or they stopped taking them, which is fair.
And you smartly said, let's just stay in, like, our quadrant of the city because if stuff does get crazy, we want to just be able to, like, get home easily by walking.
I just felt like win or lose, like the city was going to go nuts, and I didn't really need to be so far away where like travel is another thing to deal with. So we decide on Amity Hall. We take an Uber and we're looking at bars on our way up.
Yeah.
And
Line.
Lots of lines.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, there's even that wine bar near us. And we're like, okay, like backup option. We could go to like a wine bar, which I really didn't want to do because I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to puke.
Yeah,
I'll puke. I will definitely vomit.
So we get to Amity Hall. There's 150 people, but the soccer's going on. So we're like, they're going to dump some of these people out once the soccer's over.
Yeah,
I
and
go
the
to
absolute short king of a manager comes out, and he's being so good. He's handling a logistical nightmare. People are showing up, and they're, you have to have a bracelet to get in. People are slipping out bracelets. One person's having a birthday party.
Yeah, it's arranged.
Absolutely unhinged. So he comes out. He's like, look, we're going to seat reservations first, but the soccer game, I guess, they ended up like tying, but it was going long. He's like, but the soccer people are going to leave, and then we're going to try and get some people in. And everyone's like cheering for him. Like, they're being so nice. But like, it really seemed like a nightmare. And so we see how long that line is, and you go to Lion's Head across the street.
Much smaller. It's the ultimate checkdown bar. Start chatting up some student athletes from the Ivy League. One's got a brace. I'm like, you guys must play like lacrosse or something at Columbia. And then there's like another line brother ahead of them. He's like, yeah, I was in there before. We can get in. I do a survey of like the area, and I'm like, all right. So we wait.
Also, Lion's Head is a bar that I used to go to with Ellie when I lived on 106. It's like a hometown heroes.
Yeah, it's
bar.
it's a real actual New York bar. It's not one of these like pretend places.
No, and it's a Mets bar.
Okay.
Very much a baseball bar.
So the bouncer comes out in Lion's Head, and he does a count. I actually say, just come over here because we're about to get in, I think.
Yeah. Oh,
he
so then
counts off 30 people. You give up and come over.
I'm like, if they start letting you in and I miss my opportunity, then we'll really be screwed because they're not going to let me in after the fact.
Right. So you come over, they count off. One person behind us, this singular girl.
No. First.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 bros.
There's 2 bros. 2 bros with literally the ultimate doofus face. They're literally like. Beavis and Butthead are behind us.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead are behind us, and they're just like, oh, Knicks.
They had llama energy. They're like,
yeah, they were like
freaking alpacas.
Ding dongs, peak ding dong. And so there's 2 guys, and so he comes out and he does the count, and he's like, I can let in 30 people exactly, like no exceptions.
Yeah.
So he does the count, and he points to Butthead, and he goes, "You're 30. That's it."
Yeah.
So of course, then in the span of like 4 minutes, one of those idiots leaves, and a new guy shows up.
Yeah.
So the guy comes back out from the bar and goes, "No. Where's your buddy?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, he went to the bathroom." And I was like, "What?" And so then he's like, well, he went to the bathroom and he's not coming back. He goes, because this guy's not getting in if your other friend comes back.
It was actually funnier than that. He goes, listen, I know your friend is wearing a striped shirt. You're wearing a soccer jersey. So if striped shirt shows back up, either he's getting in or you're getting in. And if he comes back in some disguise dressed as Spider-Man or something, I'm not letting him in this bar. And they both were like, oh, we've been caught. Like
They were
clearly
so
were like,
stupid. And then he's like, and then also, so whatever, they bail because they're like, obviously our friend is coming back and we're not gonna get him in.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, I don't even know if they like knew what was happening anyway.
Yeah.
So then this other woman behind them is a single, so she gets in. She gets in like, you know, by the skin of her teeth.
Yes, and we were like, why are you alone?
Yeah, she was weird. But also behind her, so then he comes back out and he's like, okay, so she's the end.
Yeah.
Because also I joined.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of fucked up the count a little bit too, I think.
No, you were there for the original count.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he did a count before me.
No.
So then these two other llamas behind him were like, they said it was like going to be more than 30. Like, it was literally like.
So, yeah, so he yelled at them, which was great.
He yelled at them in the most satisfying display of truly get the fuck out of my face. And I was like.
But actually kind of nice. He's like, listen, guys, you didn't believe me? Like, we're not doing it.
And then the kid came up with some stupid thing being like, oh, I didn't know you worked here. Like, why would he be doing this if he didn't work here? And I'm like, kids these days have no respect. You know what I mean?
I spent a lot of my 20s arguing with bouncers and people, so I don't do it anymore. I just go, okay. But, like, I do understand the, like.
I just have to say, shout out to the Lion's Head pub because the
great.
staff was awesome. People were there ordering full meals.
Yeah, it wasn't. So it wasn't totally, in terms of, like, bars we've been in our lives, it wasn't really crowded.
No, not. But he did that on purpose.
I know. He did a great job. Like, everybody could see. I wasn't blocking anybody. And then first order that comes out, French dip, hot jus, au jus.
Also, to set the stage, it's roughly
so
100 degrees outside.
It's so hot. And he's like, well, give me a hot beef with a dip. And I was like, God. And he's like, oh, my clam chowder, bouillabaisse.
He was like, don't worry, your fondue's up next. It's literally like.
I'm like, I'm not even drinking beer off tap. I'm going bottle only.
His girlfriend, whoever, was like literally sipping on sour cream. I was like, you guys are crazy. Like.
So then we do my favorite thing. I'd say top 5 favorite things in my life is a bucket of beers.
Of course.
And I think, like, if you could give me a little mini fridge, cooler, like if you give me a little cooler to just walk around the bar, you don't have to wait. It's fantastic. So we have a cooler beers at our feet.
Yeah, we also don't have seats.
Oh, yeah. We don't have seats. We're just standing in the middle. But it's good because I'm always nervous standing. I'm going to block somebody. And I had a clear view. We had beautiful TV. And we have our strange little, solo friend who wasn't strange, but, she was solo.
She was not strange.
She was nice.
Originally, she was like, I just moved here 3 months ago. And we were like, uh-huh. And she was like, I'm from Kansas. And we were like, huh? And then when I talked to her, like, you went to the bathroom or something, she was like, oh, I work for this accounting firm, and I was out in L.A., and she's like, I always wanted to live in New York. That was, like, a goal of mine. And she's like, so a role opened up here, and so I transferred or something. Like, it wasn't
like
actually
normal.
that weird. It was the only thing that was, like, odd was that she didn't want to watch the game with a pal. But then even that, she told me that, like, her coworkers or something were watching in Brooklyn, and she was like, I'm not going to go to Brooklyn from...
Well, I thought it was funny that you said, well, you're not in Kansas anymore, right, when you found out that she was from Kansas.
I didn't say that.
I know. I wanted to pawn a dad joke off on you.
You're literally
a terrorist.
You're like, there's like dark energy around you today. I don't know why.
So then,
probably because you knew it was bad that you ditched me when I got our amazing recovery babysitter.
No, this was a classic. Let's actually get into this. This is good man, woman.
Pitch and putt, more like ditch and putt, because you booked plans
ditch
without
and
me.
Putts. Ditch the putts. So I go, this is classic man, woman, because I go, oh my God, I can play golf. You got like the babysitter, like Twilight. I get all excited. So then I book it, and then I feel bad. I'm like, wait, should I cancel? And then you go, no, baby, like go. And it was really nice the way you responded. But secretly, yes, you did. You said,
not that way.
And then you like secretly you were like, so
no, that's not true. I'm just publicly shaming you because everyone's gonna be like, wow, Alyssa, leave it in my friends without kids. We're like, I cannot believe you got a babysitter on the actual championship game.
Really
and I was
good.
like,
Shout out.
It's honestly
Amy.
amazing. Shout out to Amy. And even to stay in our neighborhood, it's like literally unbelievable. And then like you were like, anyway, GTG, which is fine.
What did you do?
I got drunk again. What else am I supposed to do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't like you had a bad time, like you were like crying in the corner. No,
I had to like
you got to go
beg my
see your
only
friend.
I had to beg Shawnee to
Only
hang
friends.
out with me.
I'm on OnlyFriends. I'm on OnlyFriend. You just have one friend. You
Um,
have to show your feet to them.
and we literally just like hid behind the partition at Mermaid Inn because her kids were on open streets, like just on the other
Oh,
side.
that's great.
And so we just kept seeing them like between the slats. And then our waiter kept coming over and being like, do you want some more food or like you want to see a dessert menu? And we were like, just do another round. And she was like, oh, more drinks. And then like we'd see, her kid's little head pop up. We were like, yeah, just one more.
Well, also I was like, I want to sweat it out. I want to feel good. I almost walked golf, and then of course I didn't. And then Shane was like, like a freaking mountainous course, man. This is a hard course to walk. Like, it would have been insane if we walked. And he's like, I brought some Bud Lights. So like I had a couple, you know what I mean? Just to ease out of the weekend.
I'm glad you had a nice romantic time with Shane.
I like how you had fun with your friend.
Yeah.
And somehow you're sitting here being like, I guess it's flattering. You're like, I'd rather be with you. A little cat on my head.
Anywho, we had so much fun at Lion's Head.
Yeah. The one highlight that some people listen to our, see our social media, but you went outside to probably make out with some guy. And
No. Wait. So.
What? What am I jumping ahead of?
You have to set the stage. So we're inside. We're making some friends like around us. Mm-hmm. There's like people who come to the bar, like every night, like really, really nice and pretty welcoming, I would say. Mm-hmm. And at some point, like the Knicks are down. And so I have this thought because outside, like people, there's like a little like outdoor patio area / like smoking area. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is not working. Like what we're doing is not working. And as the Knicks head coach / two of the starting five
/ superstitious czar along with me.
So you call it superstitious, I call it mentally ill, but I felt like I had to do something to change up the energy. Like what we were doing was not right.
Yeah.
So, and I went outside and there was like some girlies out there. So there was like a Puerto Rican contingent in one corner who were like really not friendly and not happy to see me. And that's fair. All women. And then on the other side, there were these like really drunk girlies. I told you like the girl was really giving me Dory from Finding Nemo because she kept turning around like forgetting I was there and being like, hi, I'm Abby. And I was like, hi, Alyssa. And she was like, oh, like, yes, like whatever. And then she would like hug me. And then she'd turn back around and like hang with her friends for a second. And she'd turn around and she'd be like, hi, I'm Abby.
What was she sipping on?
I mean, they were ripping shots.
South Noons? High Noons?
No. They had those too, but they were doing
South Sides?
A ton of shots. Like,
oh God!
Yeah, they were.
Even as much as we talk about it on this pod quite often, even as much as we partake in beveraging, when I get a shot now, I take it and I just hand it to somebody behind me.
Can't do it
because I want to drink longer, not feeling drunk. It's the opposite of a shot. I want to like enjoy it more, and like now you're using up one of my drinks too fast.
They were very young and they were having fun.
Of course,
I wasn't being judgmental, but it was funny.
I am.
She was very cute and she was very nice, and she kept turning around and being like, hi, I'm Abby. And I'm like, no, I know. Like, and even now, like, I have zero brain cells, and I'm like, I remember this woman exactly. So
the Knicks start going on a run, and you're outside. And now I'm just alone in the bar with my bucket of beers, which is fine. I'm in heaven. And then you come back in to, like, give me a kiss or something. I'm like, go back out.
I came to get a beer and to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
And give you a kiss. And then I was like, no, but I gotta go back outside. Mm-hmm. And then that's literally where we ended the game, was that we were not even together.
Yeah, you were outside, I was inside. And then when they won, because I was making content, and I was like, I kind of want to just enjoy this moment, but at the same time, like, if I'm showing what it's like to be in New York when you win and I don't show the actual moment, so I showed the actual moment of celebration, immediately was like, Tab, get out of here. We walk outside, there's a bunch, because it is a Puerto Rican Day parade yesterday or today, whatever it was.
It was the day after.
Day after.
Yeah.
So there are all these homeboys sitting there outside with their lawn chairs, and they're like, yo, you a Knicks fan? And I'm like,
no. Get the story straight.
What'd they say?
He came up to me and he was like, girl, where are you from? And I said, New York. And then he handed me some Johnny Walker Red. And I was like, no. And then I was like, I
said, yeah, this is great.
But they were really nice, and everyone was being really celebratory and fun.
Yes, and the whole vibe of the city, despite, I'm already seeing some stupid posts that are like, New York is like burned buses and people fight. It's like,
I'm sure they did.
Out of 8 million people, you torch a couple buses. Okay.
My favorite part was
you stomp down an SUV in Times Square.
My favorite. First of all, I love when people are like, people were badly behaved in Times Square. I'm like, it's the worst.
Yeah,
don't go to Times Square.
So who the F would park their car?
No.
Be like, oh, I got a spot. First of all, it's not a spot. You're ticketed and towed and booted.
Of course.
And second of all, your shit got stopped.
Also, like, what was it? Like an Enterprise rent-a-car? Like, get a grip. But what I loved was when we got down to the gin mill after walking through all the fireworks and everything, and like all three of those cop cars pulled up, and everyone's sort of having this moment of like, oh, they're gonna like break this up, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they just all turn on their sirens and they're like, yeah. Like the cops were also having fun. They were really excited.
Yeah.
It brought the people together. My favorite Instagram video that I saw, because I'm a bus girly, was some bus did get stopped somewhere, like, and no, I love the bus driver, but there were people on top of the bus, which is very dangerous and like not great. Yeah. But there were just swarms of people around it. But there was one passenger on the bus, and she's just sitting in the back. The person was like, "Girl, you're not getting home." Like it's like it was really absurd. But I thought, like, at least by us, and granted we didn't stay out like that much later, but I'm like, I thought everyone was like being pretty fun and just excited. And all the next day, I mean, people were just like riding off it. Everyone looked terrible. Everyone looked like death.
Everybody was so tired. Today the good mood continued in New York, but
I agree.
People, I guess, slept a little bit last night because it was not as tired. Like the whole city at once was tired, and then we're in the friggin' we go to 77th Street Playground.
Friggin' is another thing that you do that's very like Krusty the Clown.
I know. I hate
vibes.
it. When I say it, I hate it. When I say it, I hate it.
My dad used to really hate that we say, because also like peak Austin Powers would be like, my freaking, and he really, really hated it. And he was like, that's really like, crass and disgusting. We were like, and of course my brother and I are just sitting like, me, my freaking.
So I'll preface this story with, I'm on Ari Finling's family Knicks group chat.
Right.
Okay. With Michael Finling, his father, who, like grew up like living in the JCC in Brooklyn, timing games, reffing games. He was just always a basketball nut, and he was a women's basketball coach. And, there's 5 of us on the chat. There's an unnamed number that is some cousin. I don't know who that is. Then
Does he contribute?
Michael?
No, the cousin.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Me and cousin who I don't know are talking just like you have your weird Bravo chat.
I'm actually in 2 now.
But Michael Finling will call me throughout the whole Knicks playoffs, and there's no hello. It's right into strategy. Noah, why, if you're 7'5", you don't have a jump hook? Why don't they foul in like 5-6 minutes of that? And then I go, all right. And he goes, I'll talk to you later. He's like, and then there's a lot of content of him exercising. Mm-hmm. So he's like, I walked 15,000 steps. I did 75 push-ups. I played pickup.
Yep.
So we're at 77th Street Playground, and I'm like, we've just been texting, and he sends these giant block, you've seen boomers, this much of a text. And I'm like, I think that's Michael Finling.
You had also already seen your sister's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, Josh. Like, I think that's Josh.
I was like, I don't know who that is.
It was him. So then I go, Michael, and he's like, Big Noah, and he starts doing push-ups on the ground, gives me a big hug, and then it's like, anyway, and then he proceeds to just go to the garden, because he was just in New York to, like, buy shoes and then go to the garden.
Well, he also took a picture with our children.
Oh, yeah. But it was like a quick stop and chat after all the excitement.
Yeah, they didn't want to hang, but I was like, you could just hang out with us.
No, they're like, we're not here for the little kids right now.
They came into the city to get shoes from a very specific shoe store, and honestly, to do that on a Sunday when it's like 112 degrees is wild. They're wild.
But they did go to MSG just to go to the steps and take pictures.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
So he wanted to like come in and see the vibe.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Which is fun.
Are you okay?
I was gonna burp, but I held it in.
Disgusting. Wait, quick before we head out here. What do you think about Wemby just being, Captain Sour Grapes over there?
Oh, you want to talk about the actual game? Okay.
Not the actual game. Just like.
Okay, no, I do.
It's disappointing to lose, but like, grow up.
I thought Wemby had one of the worst finals.
Terrible.
Off the court, on the mic of any. I can't think of a bigger like.
Crybaby?
I think I was neutral on Wemby going in. Like, I didn't think anything of him other than he's tall.
I truly felt that way about him.
What an asshole! Like, the guy's dirty. He almost got he should have been suspended.
He should have been suspended
for flagrance. He's up there crying and whining. They blew a 29-point lead. He's been exposed as having no go-to move in the post, near the basket, anything. He talked S in a very bizarre way to Mitchell Robinson, which we don't like. We don't stand kindly for that. I mean, the guy went from like totally neutral to like positive vibes to absolute villain.
I really felt like this guy is enormous, and having seen him play a little bit, I was like, this is going to be tough. If Wemby can play his full game, I'm like, the Knicks may not have an answer for it because he's just so big and he's like very skilled. So to watch him lose against the Knicks and behave in a way that can only be described as immature and like pretty embarrassing. Like the flagrant foul stuff was really bad, and like it's like I hope that he works that out for himself because it's just a terrible legacy to have, honestly. And like he will be remembered regardless because of his size. But I'm like, I couldn't believe how crappy he was to them. And I'm like, because not all the Knicks players, I can't speak for all of them, but like the stars would have been respectful. They just would have been like upset and sad for themselves, but they would have been respectful. And I'm like, Wemby has all the money in the world. It's it's not like, oh, this ruined his career. And it's not like he's not even going to get another chance. It's just like his behavior I thought was appalling. And I have to say, because I love Popovich, it wouldn't have happened if Pops was the coach.
Well, or your friend Mitch Johnson there, rookie coach.
Of course.
Right? Or second year.
Second year.
First time in the finals. Had a horrible series.
I know.
All right, there was a clip circulating where they're checking in the game like fifth grade style, and they're like, wait, the Knicks have a different – who do I have? Where Wemby ended up on Brunson. There's another clip where he told the guy to foul, Luke Cornett, when there was an offensive rebound and it resets to 14.
Terrible.
Didn't know the rules. Alvarado knows the rules, knows that the ball has to go across half court.
Alvarado, basketball genius.
Alvarado is a basketball genius and
is
just a winner. But like Mitch Johnson, like you're up 29, just go like this. You put the ball in your hip, and even if you get shot clock violations, it's when the clock is going and you're on defense, you're going, damn, we're down 30.
Yep.
They're just playing like happy horse shit, like pickup basketball. De'Aaron Fox had a bad series. He lost faith in his three. He took the layup when he shouldn't have to, even though he got fouled. He did get fouled, and that it was uncalled. But and
he's a great player. He's an unbelievable player to
I
watch.
thought the Knicks beat the refs too in Game 5. The refs were horrible.
Finally.
Especially I don't even say that. Especially Scott Foster, the extender.
Just as an aside, put Scott Foster in witness protection.
Jail.
No, but like, I'm truly worried
Arrest
for him. I'm truly worried for him, and I feel like it is. I understand. Like, it's an impossible job to have. It truly is. I don't even know why someone would become a ref. It seems so unappealing to me. But like, he needs like a bodyguard. He needs like full detail. Like, use Trump's people. Like he doesn't need it.
I really think you'd enjoy being a ref, but
I would not.
Like you can't do that.
I hate people being upset with me for doing the wrong thing.
That's true.
And then because of my OCD, I would think about it forever. I would be tortured by my own thoughts and decisions even when I was right, and that is a terrible place to be.
That sucks. They missed the Wemby, put his foot under automatic flagrant foul.
Terrible.
Even when they reviewed it. What I don't get is there's a history in the NBA of,
well, they didn't want him to get suspended.
Dunaghy or whoever that guy was, point shaving.
Oh, yeah.
So it's been documented that refs do cheat, right? Scott Foster has an incredible history with, I think, Chris Paul. It's like Chris Paul was like 1-18 when Scott Foster was a ref in the playoffs.
Right.
There were so many easy calls that they blew that I was like, okay, now I'm going to start like losing faith in the league if this doesn't turn around. But luckily
it did.
Luckily it did, and luckily the Knicks just like played through it and
also
did
like
their best.
I mean, watching that last game in the whole series, you can just see like when the Knicks couldn't make a shot, they couldn't make it. Like there were a couple of really incredible plays where like had it gone in, it just wouldn't have been that exciting of a game. And I don't buy that whole thing of like, oh, they're like trying to miss to like keep it exciting. I think once you're shooting the ball, you want it to go in. Like I don't buy that.
It's not that. It's more like
no, I know, but I'm just saying like for me, what's as a non-basketball player, but having watched a lot of it, I'm like, it is incredible. Like obviously, like as part of my pitch for myself as the Knicks coach, I'm like, repetition matters, and you could be off by, less than 1 degree and it won't go. And then once you get back into your thing, it hits. And I'm like, I know that's true of many sports, but I'm like, it's amazing to see it in real time where like, it's like off, 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 off. And then you get it. And then once you get it, you can stay in it.
Well, I think that the Knicks, and especially, I nailed the word that time. Jalen Brunson.
I'll never say that word again.
They have, they've shown me a new way of mindset. Doesn't have to be pretty.
They honestly taught me to go after my dreams.
Between them and Wutang, it would be they and Wutang, not them and Wutang. I do have a new belief in myself. I know it sounds corny, but Jalen Brunson.
It's been unbelievable to be on this team. It's
been
unbelievable.
Right. It has been great to be on the team.
And I have to say, I'm rocking my jersey. This is from when I worked at Squarespace. We were the first sponsor on the jersey.
On the jersey.
And they gave me this Linsanity jersey with Wolf on the back. I actually also have a piece of the court at home.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is pretty cool.
Sell it. Just kidding.
How much? But I'm like, I grew up sometimes watching the Knicks. Sports was always on in my house, and it was like whatever was on was on. But to be in New York and be an adult in New York and see like this trajectory has been unbelievable. And the fact that we're like moving in 2 weeks, I'm like, I cannot believe we were here for this. I cannot believe it. It's just like, because also if this happened 2 months from now, whatever, I mean, I know the season would be whatever, but like, it would still be really cool. You know what I mean? But it's just not the same.
It was so dark during the years of like Lou Amundsen and like that kid from St. Joe's, and we were hoping he'd become something.
Totally.
Hernan Gomez as Frank. Mike Francesa was like, you know, some real talent here. Herman Gomez and I played on the same, bowling team. These are all just like G League guys who should be over in Spain playing who stink. And to go all the way to
he did kind of stink.
They all stunk. The optimism.
Frank Nictolino.
Oh yeah, Frank Ntilikina, the triangle offense.
Frank was literally the entire building on 37th Street or whatever.
Mike D'Antoni.
Oh yeah.
The Mike D'Antoni years. Starberry, the whole. I read some stuff recently about Larry Brown. That whole debacle with Marbury. Where he would write the starters up like 5 minutes before the game, like it was like CYO basketball. Like that's not how it works in the pros. He'd be like, "You're starting, get ready." Like crazy
that's
stuff
how I would do
for 25 years. Like in the 90s, it was like actually pretty good, and then it got so
This
bad.
is your version of the Alyssa Wolf Flow sweep. You start over here. It's like you're like chopping.
It's my no crying
it's
in baseball.
Shiatsu. Did you cry when they won?
No. I don't know why I didn't. It's also because like I
got emotional. I thought it was unbelievable.
I did grow up a Nets fan. I don't want to front. I grew up.
Oh my God.
Keith Van Horn, Kittles, Jason Kidd, all that stuff. But
I forgot about Kittles.
Kerry
Kittles.
In the New York
Villanova. It all comes back to Villanova.
It's all Villanova. In the 2013, 12, 11, I was like, all right, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Been here 16 years, and we've come a long way, my love, in this time, haven't we?
No.
Look at us now, our own podcast.
Look at
Pretty
us
good.
now, still drunk.
One time, a guy when I worked in commercial.
You're on the call request line.
When I worked in real estate one time, this old man who's so nice was like, I mean, look at you now, working at JLL. And I was like, I'm like overdrawn. Like, what? Who cares about a JLL? You give me a paycheck, LL. What the hell? What kind of shit is this?
Look at you now.
Look at you now, JLL. I'm like, it's not the 40s. $38,000 isn't enough to eat. You old bleep. Do my own bleeps, do my own edits.
You know how I'm like good friends with my office maintenance guy?
Yeah,
who I drunkenly told to only speak to me in Spanish, and he's really stuck to that.
You're like, más despacio, por favor.
I'm like, sí. Well, the problem is I understand almost all of it.
Yeah.
But I'm very out of practice in communicating, so then he has to sit there while I struggle through literally like 4 words, and he's just like, he's so patient. But like,
Spanish,
oh my God.
Spanish certificate. You basically minored in Spanish.
I did minor in Spanish.
At Harvard, and you can't order a dang quesadilla, can you?
I can.
That's
In fact, I can order a dang quesadilla with a cerveza, por favor.
Yeah, but that's about it. You have Club Med
What
level.
are you talking, Puerto Rican?
Yeah, my Spanish sucks, but I know that. I learned Italian and I lost the Spanish. You speak Spanish like a Californian on vacation in Club Med.
Listen, it's part of my charm.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Real quick before we land this plane, I'll go ahead first, but I want to tell that story about the politician.
Well, I did love that other clip of the bus driver dancing. It was awesome. But I also had a moment with my bus driver where, like they're behind the partition now. Mm-hmm. But when I was wearing my jersey and my hat, and he undid the partition to like give me like a big hug, and he was like, "We got this, we got this," and I was like, awesome. That's so real. Like I wish I had like a video of that, because I'm like, that's how the vibe feels to me right now.
And I'm also enjoying Tyler Kolick's posts. He's like really celebrating, and he's like, got an A on the group projects.
I thought that was so funny.
And his he's always like dripped out and all style and whatnot, but he was at the Big Walkowski comedian basketball tournament last summer and hanging out. Good guy, and we know his
but he didn't play,
trainer,
right?
Alan Moreau. He played at Marquette.
No. He didn't play in your tournament.
No, he was just hanging out.
Yeah, he can't, right? Aren't they like not allowed?
Some are allowed, some are not. Some have the love of the game clause.
What's that?
Michael Jordan started it. He was like, if I'm driving by a basketball game, I'm allowed to play. I'm allowed to play in it, because they try to get him to not play when he's coming back from his foot injury, and Jordan was like, no, I'm playing.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I think it's pretty wild to be like, you can't play unless it's like, NBA sanctioned. But then I'm like, we have seen players like get hurt like skiing or whatever, and you're like, well, don't do that.
I think Wemby should play a little more. Probably a little overmanaged.
I think that Wemby really missed the memo. And in fairness, I too have been 22 and was a complete moron. So I want to just chalk it up to the fact that he is truly quite young.
Yeah.
And he has to be in his truth, and that is fair. Mm-hmm. But
listen,
unfortunately, I do think he will look back on this and be like, I was being a baby.
It's hard to be really, 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 really competitive at the highest level, be humiliated, and take it well.
I don't handle being humiliated when there's no stakes.
I didn't take it well in Liga A Nacional, Switzerland, okay? When there was 14 people in the stands.
Baby Pearl told me the other day that she really likes my big tummy. And she goes, Mommy, I really like your big tummy. I'm like... And then I don't want to overreact because I don't want to like send the wrong message or anything. But I'm like, well, that's ingrained in my brain forever.
Well, it's all right. We're both getting very thin after this.
I'm gonna stretch out like Wemby.
Talk about humiliation. So I was walking here and I got a political flyer, like from one of those canvassers, and she's like, I want to talk to you about Al, whatever his name.
Alex Borz.
Alex Borez. Hey, Borez me. Bored my face. So then
also the picture on Alex Borz or whatever his name is really wild, because he's
a computer scientist.
He worked at Palantir, and all the haters are like, Palantir ass, like get out of here, and like he's trying to spin it like, sure, I took Palantir's money, but now I'm gonna give it back to you.
The Robin Hood of Palantir.
Exactly.
So she hits me with like, he's got a strong AI platform. He passed some law about AI reform. I'm like, okay. So I have his flyer. I almost threw it out in the trash can right in front of her. I go, that's too mean. So I walk to another trash can like 100 yards away, and this guy in a suit points at me and is like, I'm like, I don't remember this guy. I'm like, hey, I thought he recognized me from the pod or something. So then he goes, that's me. I'm like, on the flyer you're throwing out,
oh no,
I'm Alex Borez. And then he's like, got any questions? And I'm like, no. I'm like, I heard it's about some AI thing. And he's like, that was kind of a question. Do you want to tell me about it? And then he did a little bit. And I'm like,
were you like, I'm moving, I'm not registered to vote here?
No, he didn't need to know all that. I was like, you're out here canvassing, canvas. You want to canvas?
That's been my go-to thing, because I'm like, so our current district is like the most hotly contested race right now, because Jerry Nadler retired. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you know this, because you're very...
As I say,
you're like, I've been up on my Wutang.
Wutang.
my very relevant, very topical Wutang news, but not the fact that we are in this like heated congressional race.
Like, let me just throw this candidate's face out in front of him. Here
But you know our guy on New York One, the political guy.
Yeah, he's
What's
the
his name
best.
again?
I don't know. Bart.
No, not Brett Bart.
The guy
the black
who's
guy.
bald. Oh, him?
Yeah. Errol Lewis.
Errol Lewis.
Errol
is
Lewis,
sensational. I'm gonna
he's
really miss New York
incredible.
One.
I know.
Can we get it on the satellite dish? There's some technology.
I hate the satellite dish. Didn't you have like one friend who like was rich and had the satellite? And they were like, you can get any channel, but it never worked because there was like water in the satellite.
Yeah, they were like, I can get spice.
I remember going to this one friend's house and she was like, we have a satellite TV, and I was like Sputnik, and she was like, what do you mean?
Fail. Epic fail.
I was like, wow, this is gonna be a great friendship.
Joke fail. All right, call request line. We got to hang up the phone here because we got some more callers on the call request line.
You're wrong.
We're literally out of time. Wait, is there anything else we had on our thing?
Yeah, but we'll save it for next one. Okay,
All right.
I love you.
Like, subscribe, and help make this the championship pod we all deserve. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wow, what a show. What a great show. Great show, everybody. One of the things that people do before I do a game is they go, let's have a great show. They do like, let's do a good job on this thing we're about to do. It's brutal.
You're on the call request line.
But the sex was brutal.